Mordecai persuades Esther to help. When Mordecai learned of all that had been done, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the city, wailing loudly and bitterly. But he went only as far as the king's gate, because no one clothed in sackcloth was allowed to enter it. In every province to which the edict and order of the king came, there was great mourning among the Jews, with fasting, weeping, and wailing. Many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So that reaction was very similar across the board. Let's continue to read. When Esther's maids and eunuchs came and told her about Mordecai, she was in great distress. She sent clothes for him to put on instead of his sackcloth, but he would not accept them. Then Esther summoned Hathach, one of the king's eunuchs assigned to attend her, and ordered him to find out what was troubling Mordecai and why. So Hathach went out to Mordecai in the open square of the city in front of the king's gate. Mordecai told him everything that had happened to him, including the exact amount of money Haman had promised to pay into the royal treasury for the destruction of the Jews. He also gave him a copy of the text of the edict for their annihilation, which had been published in Susa, to show to Esther and explain it to her. And he told him to urge her to go into the king's presence to beg for mercy and plead with him for her people. So, think about that. Here's Mordecai. He has saved the king. His cousin, Esther, is the queen. Yet Haman, the enemy of the Jews, has utilized the king's authority, because the king had basically granted to him to wipe out all of the Jews. So pieces are falling in place, and there's reasons for things. And so Mordecai has humbled himself. He understands that these are desperate times. These are harsh times. These are hard times. And he is still with hope, though. And he sends this letter telling Esther why he's in mourning. Because Esther may have not known. She obviously she didn't know what was going on. She had to find out. So, before we go on, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel? What does it make you think?